Hello everyone, welcome back to Aerospace Engineering powered by Your Engineer. We provide all the information related to aerospace engineering, whether it is from higher education, GATE exam, other competitive exams, training and placement, and everything related to aerospace engineering. So if you haven't subscribed the channel, hit the red button and subscribe it. Press the bell icon for getting more notifications. We have started a subject series where you will get to know the scope, syllabus and job prospect related to a particular subject of aerospace engineering. Now we have already covered the aircraft propulsion and aerodynamics. If you haven't seen that video, then you can see in the link given above. Now in this video we are going to start the flight dynamics and control. In GATE exam, if we talk about flight dynamics and control, has a major portion, okay, because it is a very wide topic, okay. So flight dynamics and control has about 30%, or you can say 25 to 30% of that particular structure. Your engineer is conducting a scholarship test for admission in GATE AE 2022 online preparation batch. So the scholarship test is on 15th and 20th of February. You can check that out by clicking on the link given in the description, and you can also register for the test. So flight dynamics and control is majorly have four parts, okay. The first part is study of atmosphere, second part is aircraft performance, third part is aircraft stability, and fourth part is control. Let's discuss each and everything, but before that let's study the scope. What is the scope of flight dynamics and control? Now flight dynamics and control is somewhat related to electronics engineering, okay, I mean avionics, because all the electronic systems, electronic instruments that are used in the aircraft, they describe that what is the actual altitude, what is the actual fuel indicator that they show, and other than that all the informations like how much range you have got, how much endurance, how much time you have flown, and how much landing distance is required, how much takeoff distance is required, okay, how much fuel indicators, all those things that is considered in aircraft performance and stability, they are being covered by electronic instruments. So mostly each and every portion of aircraft control is governed by avionics, and we say that it is fly-by-wire system. I am again repeating it, fly-by-wire system, FWS, okay. So fly-by-wire system means aircraft is flying with the help of wires. That means electronics engineering or avionics, okay. That's why computer science engineering and aircraft engineering, or electronics engineering and aircraft engineering, they all are correlated. Now if you see the portions of aircraft stability and control, you see that there will be such things like Bode plot, okay, and Nyquist plots and various other criterias where you will get that information. Now related to all those four subjects that we have talked about in the aircraft flight dynamics and control, first about atmosphere. In atmosphere, you see you have to calculate what is the pressure, what is the temperature, and what is the density at a particular altitude, okay. Like in the sea level, at the sea level the values are, the density is 1.225 kilogram per meter cube, the temperature is 288.15 Kelvin, and the pressure is 101325 Pascal, okay. So this is the values at sea level. But from 0 kilometer altitude, if you go higher, how the pressure, temperature and density variation is done, that you have to calculate in the atmosphere section. In second section about aircraft performance. In aircraft performance, we study about the thrust required, how much thrust is required, how much thrust is available, how much power is required, how much power is available, how much rate of climb is there, what is the rate of descent is there, if you are descending, what will be the equilibrium angle, what will be the range of the descent, how much takeoff distance is required, how much landing distance is required, other than that how much time it will take to climb. If you are taking a turn motion, then what kind of turn motion you will do, whether it is coordinated turn, pull-up maneuver, pull-down maneuver, or spiral turn you take, Other than that, Venn diagram is we have seen in the Venn diagram also. And also other than that, the major thing is the range and endurance of jet aircraft as well as propeller aircraft. Now what is range and endurance? Range means if you have a full tank fuel, then how much distance you can cover with a full tank of fuel, that is called range. How much time you can stay in the air with a full tank of fuel, that is called endurance. So we can calculate the range and endurance of jet aircraft as well as propeller aircraft in aircraft performance. If you talk about the aircraft stability, aircraft stability means air does not only go straight, okay, it also take turns where it will be banking, there will be rolling motion, okay. So there are 3 motions actually. In total there are 6 degrees of freedoms, okay. You can go up, down, you can go left, right, and you can go forward and backward, okay. But these are the 6 translational motions. Other than that, there are 6 rotational motions. Rotational motion means you can rotate about x-axis anti-clockwise and clockwise. You can rotate about y-axis anti-clockwise and clockwise. Rotate about z-axis anti-clockwise and clockwise. So these are 6 rotational motions also. So in the rotational motions, if you talk about, if you rotate about the z-axis, okay, then it will be called as yaw. This motion is called yaw. If you rotate about the x-axis, then it will be called as pitch up or pitch down. If you rotate about the y-axis, it is called as the roll, okay. And lateral, longitudinal, they are just talked about that. So if you are doing pitching up and pitching down, okay, so pitch is basically longitudinal stability, roll is lateral stability, and yaw is the directional stability, okay. For controlling of the pitching moment, we have elevator. For controlling of the rolling moment, we have aileron. For controlling of the yawing moment, we have rudder. So in aircraft stability, we study about all those motions and how to control those motions. Fine, using elevator, aileron and rudders. So elevators are basically known as horizontal stabilizers, okay. Rudders are in the vertical stabilizers. So they are also studied. In the control section, we study about the vibrational portion. I mean, if an aircraft is being disturbed, then it will take a particular time and a motion to come back to its original position. Now that thing is called a kind of oscillation, or whether it's oscillation or aperiodic mode or periodic modes, like Dutch roll mode is there, phugoid mode is there, short period mode is there, and various modes in lateral dynamics and directional dynamics. Other than that, longitudinal dynamics is also there. So we study these kind of things in the control section. So these are the syllabus that we have in, either you can say in the GATE or you can say in undergraduate aerospace engineering. If you study flight mechanics and control, then this will be in the syllabus. In some universities, this thing is called as, they don't name this as flight mechanics, they name this as aerodynamics part 2, or like if they will say aerodynamics 1, aerodynamics 2. So it will be called as aerodynamics 2 in some universities, not all they yet. So what is the job prospect after if you have been expert in these subjects? So you know that somewhat of this subject is related to avionics. So the job scope will also be related to that, like related to air traffic control. So air traffic control manages all the aircraft operations. Also in the airport operations you study about these things and you have to manage these things. In instrument designing, okay, where instrument designing is done and testing is done, you can also apply for that. So you must have a good knowledge and experience related to these subjects. Also MATLAB and Simulink will help you a lot in finding the values, okay, because all the things change, okay. If the weight of the aircraft is high, thrust required will be high, okay. So various parameters are there, and based on that parameters we have to variate each and every parameter and get the more and more efficient aircraft. So I request you all to study MATLAB and Simulink so that you get to know the analysis of flight dynamics and control. Fine, that will help you a lot in your career aspects. So we have seen propulsion, aerodynamics and flight mechanics. In the next video we are going to see about aircraft structures. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed this channel, subscribe it, hit that red button, press the bell icon for notifications. Also like this video, share this video and comment on this video about what you want to know about aerospace engineering and what kind of videos should I make for aerospace engineering. So thank you very much and stay connected.